When Michael Okoye, a billionaire's son, met Amaka under the mango tree on a drunken night, little did he know that a single moment of passion would spark a chain of events that would change their lives forever, forcing him to confront the true meaning of love, family, and responsibility. You're welcome to Classic Tales by Dorothy. The sun blazed high over Igbo village as drums echoed through the air. Michael Okoye, a billionaire's only son, stood in front of his car, listening to music from the car. He was young, handsome, and full of pride. He lived in the city and worked in his father's company. At 29 years old, he had achieved a lot, educationally and financially. His parents had informed him that they expected him to get married by the time he clocked 30 years old. He had decided to focus on his job, rather than going into another relationship after the disappointment from his ex-fiancée. He had successfully been able to stay focused. Michael adjusted his sunglasses as he stepped out of his uncle's compound. He had traveled from Lagos to the village for his cousin's naming ceremony, but he didn't expect to find anything interesting. He attended the event in the village because his father had insisted. The villagers were in a joyful mood and celebrated the naming ceremony with food, music, and drinks. That same evening, Michael was invited to another party by some young villagers. It was supposed to be a simple gathering, but things got wild. Out of boredom, Michael joined some of his friends and drank too much palm wine. The boredom that Michael initially experienced changed when he saw Amaka. She stood by the mango tree, serving drinks and looking very beautiful. She had just turned 20 years old. She was a soft-spoken and gentle lady. She was very intelligent and had completed her higher diploma in the Polytechnic. She came to the party with her cousin. "Who is that girl?" Michael asked his cousin Namdi. "Amaka. She's one of the local girls. Forget her. She's not your type." Michael refused to listen. He walked up to Amaka and started talking, sweet words rolling from his mouth like honey. Amaka, shy and simple, smiled nervously. She had always been a focused person and had never been close to a man before. Amaka's cousin called her and warned her to be careful, but Amaka told her cousin that Michael looked nice. Michael refused to forget about Amaka. That night, after too many bottles of palm wine, he wandered out behind the house. He saw Amaka sitting down by the mango tree alone. She was singing and her voice was very melodious. "You're Amaka, right?" he asked. She hesitated. "Yes, sir." "Don't call me sir. I'm Michael." They laughed awkwardly. A few moments of nervous conversation led to a quiet kiss under the mango tree. And then more. Thereafter, Michael told her that he would see her later. The next morning, Michael left for Lagos without a goodbye. To him, it was just a drunken moment. To Amaka, it was the start of something irreversible. She was ashamed of her action with Michael, but she had kept everything to herself. Weeks later, Amaka fell ill. Her mother frowned as she touched her forehead. "You've been sleeping a lot. Are you sure it's not malaria?" Amaka kept quiet. She didn't know what to say to her mother. One evening, Amaka's mother demanded, "Who is responsible for this pregnancy?" Amaka didn't respond to her mother's question. Her mother shouted louder, "It is a sin for a girl to carry a child and hide the father's name. You will be sent to the evil forest where cursed women stay if you don't speak up." Tears rolled down Amaka's cheeks. It's Michael, the billionaire's son." Her mother gasped. "Well done. Are you mad? Do you know what this means?" She didn't wait for Amaka's response. The next day, she marched her daughter into Chief Kalu's compound. "Good morning, Chief. Your nephew has impregnated my daughter. I will not be quiet." Chief Kalu was stunned. "Are you sure about this?" "Yes, Chief. You can confirm it directly from Amaka herself." Chief asked Amaka some questions and thereafter called his brother living in Lagos. "My brother, we have a situation." Chief Okoye was calm and listened to everything. His brother told him, "Please, help me and send the girl to Lagos." He finally responded. 2 days later, Amaka and her mother set out on their journey to Lagos. When Amaka arrived at the mansion, everything felt foreign in the mansion. The marble floors, chandeliers, and cold stairs. Chief made sure Amaka and her mother were very comfortable. He asked Amaka some questions to confirm her claims. When Michael finally came downstairs and set his eyes on Amaka, he was confused. "What is she doing here? Who is she, Dad?" he asked his father. His father didn't waste time. "Michael, this is the girl you got pregnant. You will marry her. I will not let my blood grow up in shame. Michael shouted. No, I don't even remember her. His father shouted back. But you did it, and you will face the responsibility. Amaka stood quietly, tears in her eyes. Michael looked at her, confused. Something about her face began to trigger a memory. Slowly, it came back. The mango tree, the sweet perfume, her soft voice. He realized it was true. He had slept with her that night. Michael stared at Amaka, her head bowed. You, he whispered, from the mango tree. She didn't answer. His mother, Mrs. Okoye, exploded. Over my dead body. This girl planned it. She saw our wealth and trapped him. Chief Okoye refused to respond to his wife. He ordered his son to get married to Amaka in 2 weeks. Amaka was placed in the servants' quarters. Her mother had gone back to the village the next day. So, Amaka was alone. No one spoke to her. She ate alone. She cried alone. 2 weeks later, the wedding took place. It was a small event. On their wedding night, Michael stood at the door. I'm sorry for everything, but don't expect anything from me. I won't, Amaka whispered. As days passed, Michael began to notice things about Amaka. He noticed her praying, folding clothes and singing melodiously while doing her chores. One night, from the balcony, he watched her cry silently. Something shifted in him. He came to her room. I was wrong. You didn't deserve this. She looked up. I only wanted peace. Their conversations began to grow, and he started showing Amaka genuine attention. Michael asked about her health and also brought up stories about their village. Amaka asked about his business and encouraged him to talk about his challenges. They laughed with each other, but not everyone was happy. One day, Michael's mom stormed into Amaka's room unannounced. She didn't knock. She didn't smile. Her eyes were full of anger. You think you're clever, right? You clearly trapped my son. You think this is your home? Don't get comfortable. I will never accept you. Amaka tried to speak, but nausea overwhelmed her and she could not respond. Later that night, Amaka sat on the bed, crying. When Michael got back home from work, he went to Amaka's room and found her crying. He insisted on finding out what happened. Finally, Amaka had no choice but to tell him the truth. Your mom came to threaten me, she told Michael. She said I trapped you. Michael hugged her and told her to stay calm. The next morning, he confronted his mother. Mom, why are you doing this? What did she do to you? Please, it's time for you to accept her. She is carrying my baby. Mrs. Okoye snapped. I warned you. That girl is using that pregnancy to ruin your life. Don't be fooled. Michael replied, No, Mom. I'm the one who ruined her life. I got drunk. I touched her. She never asked for any of this. And now she's here carrying my child and you treat her like dirt. That's wicked. His father overheard the noise and came out. What's going on? Michael explained everything. Chief Okoye turned to his wife. Enough is enough. That girl is now part of this family. Whether you like it or not, respect her. I don't want to hear that you are giving her problems again. Your son misbehaved and has to take responsibility for his actions. Mrs. Okoye wanted to argue with her husband, but she changed her mind and walked away. Still, trouble was brewing. Vanessa, Michael's ex-fiancée, returned to Nigeria. When she heard about the wedding, she trailed Amaka to a supermarket. You're the one who stole him. Vanessa sneered. You look like a house girl. Amaka said nothing, tears burning in her eyes. Back home, Michael noticed. What happened? A lady accused me of stealing you from her. She found me at the supermarket today and insulted me. She said that her name is Vanessa. Michael picked up his phone. Stay away from my wife, he warned Vanessa. The next time you get near to her, you will hear from my lawyer. Things started to look better. Michael would bring up funny stories to tell Amaka and get her to laugh. She enjoyed their daily conversations. They talked about their baby and their future. One day, Chief Okoye unfortunately had a stroke. It was a difficult time for the family. Michael took over the company. He worked very hard. Then Gerald, Michael's cousin, began to stir trouble. Gerald had been employed by Michael's father. One night, he cornered Amaka. You're too beautiful for Michael. After you have given birth, leave Michael and be with me. I'll treat you better, he said to Amaka. Amaka slapped him. Stay away from me. He smirked. If you tell anyone, no one will believe you. Amaka told Michael everything. Furious, Michael warned Gerald. But Gerald had always been envious of Michael and had already started framing Michael for fraud. One evening, police stormed their mansion. Michael was arrested. Amaka, already heavily pregnant, fainted and was taken to the hospital. When Michael was released on bail, he heard that Amaka had been taken to the hospital. In the hospital, Michael sat beside her bed. "I'm sorry. This isn't your fault." She smiled weakly. "We'll get through it. I hope they didn't hurt you." Michael reassured her that he was okay. Some days later, the truth came out. Investigators traced the fraud to Gerald and Vanessa. Chief Okoye, who was still recovering, summoned them. "You disgraced this family," he said. "Gerald, I brought you into my company just to help you, but you had the nerves to turn against my son. I have no choice but to fire you. So, you're out. As for you, Vanessa, stay away from my family. Michael, you're taking over everything in the company." He thereafter called a lawyer to do the necessary paperwork. A month later, Amaka gave birth to a baby boy. Michael wept holding him. "Thank you," he whispered to Amaka. They left the hospital back to the house. But the threats didn't stop. Michael discovered more forgeries. Someone wanted to destroy them. Then a message came. "Your son isn't safe." His father mentioned Edwin Bartholomew, a former enemy now back in Nigeria. And behind it all, he worked with Vanessa again. That night, 4 masked men broke into the compound. But Michael's private security caught them. Evidence tied Vanessa to the plot. She was arrested. Her father had to bail her out. Mrs. Okoye, shaken, came to Amaka's room one morning. "I was wrong about you. I have seen the way you love my son. These days, he is focused and changed. Please, can you forgive me?" she whispered. Amaka smiled and told her, "I forgave you a long time ago. Thank you very much, my beautiful daughter. Thank you for giving me a wonderful grandson." Michael's mum said. Michael hugged his mum and said, "I love this, mum." A week later, Michael took Amaka to dinner. While there, he dropped to one knee. "I didn't marry you properly. Let me do it right this time. Will you marry me again?" Tears fell from Amaka's eyes. Yes. Their garden ceremony was beautiful and well attended. Mrs. Okoye invited everyone to celebrate with her family. She stood beside Amaka's mum and said to her, "Well done for the upbringing you gave Amaka. She's a great daughter in a million. I am happy to have her in my family." The event was filled with love and peace. Amaka looked radiant in her wedding dress. There was no more shame. Michael held her and whispered to her, "You are a vessel of love and kindness. Together, we will continue to triumph in life." Their journey, though it was filled with challenges and hardships, ultimately led to a beautiful celebration of love and forgiveness. As they exchanged vows a second time, surrounded by loved ones, they proved that true love can conquer all, even in the face of adversity. With hearts full of joy and gratitude, they embarked on a new chapter in their lives, forever entwined in love and commitment. Indeed, perseverance can lead to triumph. Amaka's journey showed that though she made a mistake at first, but staying strong and patient in the face of adversity can ultimately lead to a better outcome. Life lessons of the story. Your mistakes are chapters in your story, not the title of your life. Learn from them and don't live in them. Your mistakes should not define you. Learn the lessons, grow stronger, and keep moving forward, because your past does not decide your future. Thank you very much for watching. Please, remember to like the story and drop your thoughts. Until the next video, stay uplifted.